Knew right away when I saw that. Well, joining us now, Kathleen Driscoll and Marianne Luthin, and they're going to talk about the important work of a Catholic appeal in the Archdiocese of Boston. And as many of you know who are watching this all over the country and other countries, that appeals are so important for the life of the church. So, ladies, first of all, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Jay.
Kathleen, I'm going to start with you. Tell us about this year's Catholic appeals theme, because I love it.
Oh, well, thanks, Jay. So do we. The theme this year is The Good Samaritan is You, and it's really a message of gratitude to the many donors and those who support the appeal, even with voluntary time. And it's also a message of hope, because the Good Samaritan brought hope to the man by the side of the road for his life. So we feel as though that embodies a lot of the theme of our trying to put a real face of the good work that's going on here in the Archdiocese of Boston through the central ministries that benefit so many people that many of us may never meet, but know that our support of the appeal helps them.
Marianne, you have an enormous responsibility here in the Archdiocese of Boston, helping us to create a culture of life in this culture of death in which we live, in charge of Respect Life activities, the Respect Life office. How do you benefit, does your office benefit from the Catholic appeal this year and every year?
Well, in so many ways, we could not exist, obviously, without the support of the Catholic appeal. And today, this year's theme on the Good Samaritan really hits home to us, because much of the work of our office with Pregnancy Help and the Project Rachel involves that same kind of outreach of the stranger, people whom we've never met before, many of whom are not Catholic, but who are in desperate situations and nowhere else to go. They're lying on the road, and someone needs to be there to help them. And, you know, it can be a very difficult job to help a woman with a crisis pregnancy who's been abandoned by her boyfriend, her husband, her family. She feels totally alone, under pressure. And when we often meet with her, it's the very beginning of the pregnancy. And, you know, we can't just say, well, dear, you know, do the right thing and make a life-affirming decision and we'll see you later. And, you know, we are there to support her throughout the pregnancy and often after the pregnancy as well, into the early parenting period. And we can't do that on our own. And we've got 3 wonderful nurses working with us. We've got a couple of caseworkers who are fluent in other languages. But even the amount of time and effort and love they put into helping women couldn't possibly make everything come together as it does without the support, not only of the money of the appeal, which keeps us physically operating, but the people out in the parishes. We have a unique program that I think you're familiar with, the Parish Baby Shower Program. And there's over 100 parishes and Catholic organizations in this Archdiocese that every single year come on their own in such loving ways, not only provide material assistance, but also finances for a specially designated fund.
Kathleen, you know, we've talked about some of the things at the beginning of the show, and we also said, and we want to make this clear, that there's no way in this few minutes that we have that we can go over everything that the appeal covers. But what are some of the services and offices that it helps?
Sure. At the Archdiocese, there are 50 ministries, and they serve our church in 4 significant ways. Many of the ministries help enhance parish life and enrich parish life. The parish finances, even the operations of it, the spiritual life of that parish, with the spiritual life and worship office where they have Why Catholic, and they did do a rise. All of that helps enrich a parish life. So that's just some samples. The other area is strengthening families, and obviously Marianne's great work in the pro-life office helps women and families in crisis. There are other parts of that, very positive in helping couples get off on the right step, which the marriage ministry does. We had 4,000 weddings last year in the Archdiocese of Boston, and over 400 young men and women, older men and women too, have gone through the marriage preparation course, Transformed in Love, another example. You couldn't do that without appeal support so that it can be offered to everybody in the Archdiocese and all the parishes. The other major area that we help with is education and inspiration of the youth. We have a lot of wonderful efforts there. So you have incredible religious education. Over 135,000 children every year get religious education here in the Archdiocese of Boston. Our Catholic schools are educating over 150,000 children, and the Office of New Evangelization. Thousands of young, teenagers and young adults going on spiritual retreats. It's great. And then the last area really is the leadership, advancing the leadership. such as the Cardinal's office and his priorities, his ability to go to Cuba, his ability to go to Ireland, for him to be our shepherd here, our new Vicar General's office, all those initiatives, like any other very large nonprofit, need support for them to carry out the vision and management of the Archdiocese.
The Cardinal spoke at all the masses throughout the Archdiocese, but this is just the beginning. And I know there's some great materials and there's a great website. Where can people go so that they can learn more about the Catholic Appeal and contribute to it in the coming weeks and months?
Great. Well, we have a brand new website. It is www.bostoncatholicappeal.org. It's got wonderful stories so people can really see where are my donations going, who am I helping, and very easy to go online and to donate online. You can call our offices, and all of that information is on the website. So it's rich with a lot of great information, both for parishes and for donors. I also want to take a minute to thank all our parishes, too, and our pastors, because if it wasn't for their support in the Archdiocese, this wouldn't happen. We are one church. We are interconnected. We need each other for the long haul to build up our church and to bring great hope and enrichment to so many people. So we're very grateful to them for their support as well.
Well, it's been wonderful. I actually went to the website, and it's great. I saw Monsignor Daly had gone to some parishes, and the Cardinal, and the pictures and the stories. As you said, putting a face on it, because there are so many, as you said, Marianne, there's just so many different people. Well, thanks so much for being with us. You'll have to keep us up to date with what's going on. I see you all the time on Catholic TV, by the way. I always see you. But we'll be right back with more of This Is the Day right after this.